What's going on, guys? Appreciate you guys popping in, man. We'll give it a couple minutes. I was a few minutes late, man. We got the Meerkat space going on. But if you guys are going to retweet the space, I would definitely appreciate that. We can get some people in. We get this bad boy started. First of all, my man Texas. What's going on, Tex?
Hey, how's it going? Have you looked at the NFT scanner yet? That new tool I've been showing off on my timeline lately. I think it's really cool. It's been around since February.
Is it NFT.chronoscan, right? Something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I think it was actually, I forgot if it was Mikey or someone brought it up to me in one of my spaces, man, last week or this week, earlier in the week, whatever it was. So, um, it was definitely pretty cool, man. I don't know who made it or.
I mean, it's a company that made it, but it's only been around since February 20th. It gives like three big things. It gives you more of an insight onto a contract. It gives you more of an insight onto a wallet, and then it'll also give you more of an insight into where volume is happening on the Kronos marketplaces. Of the five, six different marketplaces that we have on Kronos, which one's actually having the most volume, and then you can set it where you can see live streaming what's minting, which has been cool because I could see components being minted, or I could see this project's being minted and not even have any idea about the project, and then all of a sudden mint one of their projects. So it's kind of been interesting to see that tool.
For sure. I think I had a lot of information. I think it was actually Jim, man. Shout out to Jim who had mentioned it. So I forgot it was Jim or Mikey, but it was pretty cool. I got to see my different wallets, see what was inside of it. You know what I mean? How much NFTs are worth. You get to see different volumes. NFT marketplaces, man. Is it, like I said, do you know, you said it was a company or who made it?
I'm looking to pin something up top with the company that's made it. But I mean, it'll also give you a really nice, easy way to sort through all the different burns or mints or transfers that you've ever established. And also, you could look at a project and see the all-time highest purchase of any NFT. I mean, it just gives you so much pieces of information. Like you could see the biggest Meerkat sale was like 20,000 crows, within this month, or you could see, uh, who's made money off projects and who's not made money. The biggest winners and the biggest losers, people who have the biggest realized gains and the big realized losses. All the accidental burns.
Yeah, I like to see it because you can see like how much again your worth in your wallet. You know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty cool. Number one, you know what I mean? Because then you can kind of see what's going on, figure that whole bad boy out, man. And I think again, it's just parts that is needed because like I think how it brought it up to me. I think like I said it was Jim. I remember, but it was like Mikey. Was it you? One of you guys told me. I don't remember. But I was trying to wonder how much my NFTs are worth between my boomers and my meerkats. And someone was like, you can just go on this website and you can just kind of figure it out pretty much right from there to see like, how much your NFTs are worth. Which, okay, I think that's pretty cool, man. Do they have it for other chains as well, or is it just a Chronos thing?
It's all the chains. So like if you ever get lost, like where is an asset, you can they have all the different chains from like GameStop to it's incredible. Maybe not GameStop. Maybe, but it had my H bar, it had my Polygon, Solana, and my Ethereum. So
That's pretty awesome, man. Uh, like I said, it's a good thing to. I don't know if someone has it. If you guys want to put it up top, you can just send it to me. But I will say, before I bring my guy GDR, good to see you guys in here. Retweet the space, man. Get some people in here, and we'll keep this thing moving. Hopefully, we'll have a good space. I'm gonna we started last week. I wait for my guy Alpha and Mr. Hold to get in here in a little bit. GDR, see you, man. How you doing today?
I'm good, 21. Hope you're having a good Sunday, man. Hopefully the weekend was good for everybody in here. Um, I pinned something up at the top. Everybody that's here, like give a like and a share, retweet this space out. We'll try to give away we won't try, we will give away an NFT, but let's try to get to 100 people. And I'm really glad that you opened this. I don't know if this is going to be a weekly thing or a monthly thing, but if it is, like, I give you props because I would love to see some Crofam, Sunday spaces again.
For sure, man. This is something that Mr. Highland Alpha and I were kind of talking about doing once a week, man. Just on Sunday mornings, we figure we can bring some people in. And again, it's not something that's really structured just around projects, but what's going on just either in the markets, crypto, and exactly like last week, man. It was something where we kind of just head in, and then more people that come up and speak, I think the easier it is because everybody has a subject. So that's my guy Ramen Cash, man. Everybody's got something going on, and before you know it, one conversation leads to another. You can easily go a good couple hours when you got a good amount of people in here. You know what I mean? So, welcome up, Ultra Savage. I'll go to you, Texas, first because you got your hand up, Brody. What's going on, man?
Quick question: what's your take on daylight savings time?
Personally, I think it's pretty dumb. Just because it doesn't really make. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to sound idiotic, but what's the point of it? You know what I mean? Like, why go an hour forward, an hour back? Time is still the same thing. We didn't actually move anywhere. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, GDR. You
It's
tell me, man. But I think it's dumb as shit.
it's so stupid. Like, the only reason it was implemented is so kids back in the day could walk to school not in the dark. Like, that's, I believe, why they did it originally, and I don't
Farming
understand
too.
why it's
That and
It
still
had to do
going
farming.
with
on today.
farming.
Or maybe it was farming too. I heard schools and
I thought
kids
it was
not
for
walking in the
farmers.
dark.
I could have sworn it was for farmers, man. But you don't really like think about how many people farm nowadays. So I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. But bro, you know what's crazy though?
The
Most of the world
heartland
is
of this country
farmable.
still farming, brother.
What was that, Ultra Savage?
Said the heartland of this country still farming, brother.
Oh, of course, bro. Of course, man.
And it's
Listen,
getting bought up by foreign entities.
which is crazy, bro. Well, if you guys want to get into that, I read an article in Oklahoma where most of the land is being blown up by Russian or Chinese government, which I think is crazy. You know what I mean, man?
You
So
wonder why?
you tell me, Ultra Savage. You tell me. You the
Look,
guy with the answers here.
you control the food, you control the people, homie.
No, for sure, man. It's just like that. You control the money, you control everything, man. So it's kind of sad. But think about, dude, like this. I remember seeing a video the other day about people talking about, and I don't know how we feel about climate control, or climate change, excuse me. But to sit here and talk about we should stop farming because of its effects on climate change, I think it's kind of crazy. We definitely gotta do something, but we gotta eat food. And I'll tell you one thing, man. There's no way in hell I'm eating like cockroaches and shit like that. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. So, um, Ultra Savage number one, welcome up, man. And tell me how you feel.
Thanks, brother. Feeling good. The time change is fucking with me, though. I hate it. Like, it's just like stick to one. Whichever one you want to do, just stick to it.
Let me guys ask you this, man. We talk about the daylight savings real quick. And first of all, again, anybody that wants to come up, please do come up. I'll put a giveaway too, man. GDR's got one at 100. I think we can easily get 200. So I need everybody to retweet the space, man. Get some people from Kronos. Shout out to the VAR dogs. If you're not following the VAR dogs over on VChain, man, um, you know, I think there's a lot of things going on in the world. And it's kind of just sad, man. You know what I mean? Just a lot of the way people feel, man. Like, I remember putting a post up when I first started 21, and it showed like, should we teach kids in school like how to grow food? You know what I mean? Like, imagine if every single person, like, you don't have to grow a lot of food, but if you grew like enough for a salad a day, how much of a difference that would make? You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things where farmers don't even make profit. You know what I mean? They're really getting a lot of their money from funding from the government. Which is just sad because, like you're saying, Ultra Savage, man. Not even forget the other governments coming in and purchasing land here. Think about someone like Bill Gates, man. Is the largest landowner here. You know what I mean? And we want to get into like any conspiracies of vaccine and shit like that, but look how in New York City, right, where I'm from, they made everybody say if you don't have a vaccine, you don't wear a mask, you can't get inside. Now they're saying you can't wear a mask inside. You know what I mean? Well, at what point is it all just a bunch of bullshit and nonsense? So I think just being, for people who are in crypto, people believe in Bitcoin. We all believe in, freedom, and we want financial freedom. We should also want total freedom. You know what I mean? If you ever grew something, there's nothing more healthier than just taking a tomato off of the stem and putting it into your salad. You know what I mean? Even if you live in an apartment, you could do something small. You can have greenhouses. People are searching up how to grow weed all the time, and it's a big thing in degen spaces. But no one's looking up how the hell do you use these greenhouses or these lights to make food in your room. You know what I mean? Make food in your house and stuff like this. But shout out to my main man, Ramen Cash, bro. What up, Raymundo?
Yo, what up? What are you at IHOP or something? I hear hella stuff in the background, man. Anyway, get you some, get you some. Uh, I'll make this one short and quick, right? I agree with Ultra Savage on that. First off, daylight savings, stupid. Because then you get dumbass publications like CNN talking about how it disproportionately affects sleep for minority communities, which doesn't make any sense. I don't even know like why it doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. Stop giving them material and just let them die out. Second, we need farmers. Stop Bill Gates in China from buying up the farmland. Stop subsidizing the shit out of farmland and inflating cost and price. Like we just don't need that. Like America's bro, we're going bad right now. Like I said before, it's like a movie. They're weakening us, they're softening us. We got soy boys left and right. We got male feminists and shit like that. Like all this shit just needs to stop. We just need to go back to having a real ass America because Bill Gates, he's gonna start putting vaccine and celery and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that man buy up all the farmland out here with China. Shit's just ridiculous. But on that note, hope everybody's having a great day. That's it.
Dude, I love what you said. You know what? Everybody, like, we're waking up. Like, us in this space, I think we're all pretty much awakened to what the bullshit is. So it's coming, you guys. We're all getting smart. It's coming. I love it. Fuck Bill Gates.
Don't get emasculated, right? You see all these like male cuck groups and shit that are out there now and stuff, and they're empowering women by letting them have boyfriends and shit like that. Like, dude, come, like, bro, come on, man, come on. When I grew up in the '80s, bro, there was no bullying programs. My dad's like, did you win? He's like, well, shit, you got to run that back. Right? That's what it was back then. There's no bullying programs. You had to learn how to defend and fight for yourself. We can't even defend ourselves in America now. When someone's committing a violent crime against us and they get the cap, and then there's a civil lawsuit launched against us, like, no, your child, parent, cousin, whatever, tried to kill another person and he got the pew pew. It's it. Case over and done. Fuck the civil lawsuits, right? Like, all this shit is just now I know why old people are grumpy because they're just pissed off at all the bullshit that be going on right now. So now I know why old. That's why I was like, yo, hopefully I die by the time I'm 60, so I don't have to put up with shit and before Skynet takes over.
Now wait a minute, hold up, man. I ain't against the wives having boyfriends kind of thing, because how you think I'm getting any?
Bro, you got to stop. Hey, whatever you wanna do, you let your OnlyFans wife, provide income for the household. It's 2023, whatever. Do the thing, brother, do the thing.
Oh, not my wife. Everybody else's.
Oh, okay, I see
I
where
don't
you're
mind
going
being
with
the
this.
side piece, bro. I mean, we all got to get some.
My guy pulling NIMBY right now in my backyard, man. You can have it, but you can't do it here. I feel you on that. Listen, man, what I'm going to ask, I post someone up top real quick. Now, if you want to come up and talk, request the mic, man. You obviously got a nice open mic. We've been going on for 10 minutes. Retweet that top tweet, all right? If we get 200 people, I'll get someone 2 boomers from my personal wallet, number one. Number two, just request the mic. Or if you have a topic that you want us to talk about or you want to bring up, all you got to do is go to the comment section, comment something, all right? If you want to tag a project, tag somebody in here, I would definitely love to have them in here too. You got two of the funniest people in Kronos right now with Ramen Cash and Ultra Savage. So I want to see kind of what else you guys are feeling. Obviously, we have USDC going on. We have Silicon Valley Bank and two other banks, man. Tomorrow the market's going to open up. And by the way, I'm not at an IHOP. I'm actually at a coffee shop, just so we do know. I want to clear that out. Last time I tried to even go into IHOP, I was in LA the morning of Crypto.com Arena opening day, and they wouldn't let me in. And I guess you can say why. I don't want to say yes or no, but you can imagine why I couldn't get into LA to a freaking IHOP. And I was like, bro, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But anyway, what I'm going to say, like I said, man, I appreciate everybody retweets. I got 7 retweets, 37 people. So 30 people are slacking right now. Okay? If you guys want to put your hand up or request the mic, how do you guys feel about either USDC, Silicon Valley, what the next bank it will be to fail? Someone commented Fulcrum. I don't know if they're trying to curse me out or is a thing here. Texas and Ramen, my bad, man. Who put your hand up first? Because I was going through the tweet. Do you guys know?
Yeah, that the bank thing is really bad. I hear that like there's a bunch of companies that aren't going to be able to make payments on salary coming up tomorrow. It's going to really hurt the market, in my opinion. But who am I to say what's going to happen?
It's not even just in the U.S., Texas. It's across seas as well, dude.
Oh yeah, like 200 companies in the United Kingdom, not just the U.S. Like this is going to have massive ripple effects.
Raymundo, talk to me, man.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't even want to talk about that shit. Let the dust settle. Listen, I'm bullish on off-list lowers and ammunition right now. Real life utility, right? Protect yourself soon. Protect yourself soon. Start 3D printing them Glocks. I'm telling you, like shit's gonna go down, and you don't want to be the one that's like guns are bad. Like, yo, shit's gonna go down. When people's money gets affected like that and all this shit starts happening, you don't want to be the victim in this thing. I'm probably going to lose hella followers for all these based ass comments, and I'm sorry. But while I'm at it, stop having transgender strippers do story time telling for fucking kids under 10 years old. Like, that shit's ridiculous, too. Can we stop with all that shit? That's not empowerment. That's some pedo shit. Get out of here with that bullshit. I'm done.
Yeah, listen, we're gonna go to GDR. Ramen, I hope I didn't cut you off, man. You were good or
Oh
say
no, no,
more?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just getting straight to the point. I ain't trying to fluff today. It's Sunday. I'm just trying to deliver this sermon for the good American people out here.
I love what you say, Ramen. Like, just speak it real, man. Everything you just said was fucking spot on. I got a question for people in here. So, like I know you don't want to talk about the USDC thing and stable coins and whatnot, but I'm just curious. Like, I was in a space. I don't know what that guy's name is, but we were talking about it, and I brought up the fact of like I don't know, like I said, like I might shoot myself in the foot, and I get why we want stable coins so that we have stability with our money, but like isn't the big picture for decentralization like to be decentralized and to have deflationary currency? And isn't that like Bitcoin, guys? Like, and if we're worried about putting our dollar into a stable coin based on the dollar that we see as just being inflated and overprinted, and every currency in the world has fallen at one point or another, like why are we worried about that? Why aren't we focusing more on Bitcoin and making that the world currency? Governments embrace it, and then what are they going to trade out Bitcoin for? They're not going to be worried about selling and trading Bitcoin, right? They're just going to hold that shit, and then you still got the other tokens that we work with. So I mean, it's nice that we have a USDC or USDT and whatnot, but eventually I think we're just going to have to migrate to Bitcoin, guys. Like, that's just how I feel. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's how I feel.
I took my only $3 and flipped my USDC, bought it 90 cents and flipped it back out at Peg, because I spent the rest of my money on guns and ammo like ramen.
Fuck yeah, lock and load, ladies and gentlemen. Go get some beans and rice and water and be prepared. You never know what can come.
Now's the best time to learn how to hunt, skin your own meat, grow some stuff, reload your own ammunition, all that shit. I'm telling you. Learn how to fish, learn how to live off the land. It's just there's just gonna be a point, right? We're either gonna progress forward or there's gonna be a hard reset. Like the US, I feel is about to do a Microsoft blue screen of death. Like that's just the reality. I think that's just the reality of it. And let's face it, right? The government's so far up our ass, like the SEC on crypto. You can't tell me that they're not trying to prime us for CBDCs. And if that happens, hopefully there's no cucks out there that are like, yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. It's gonna be, man, just don't like. We want to relieve ourselves. The government needs to just do government shit and not be all up in everybody's lives. And if we do that, we're going to end up like China, right? There is going to be no autonomy. Your OnlyFans account. Like they're gonna know about that shit because they track everything that you're gonna be doing. Like imagine that. Like that's Patriot Act digital form, and if you don't like it, they're gonna try to call terrorist and shit. Like I mean, you've seen these videos, right, with China and facial recognition, and they dox and put you on blast on a billboard. I seen that the other day for jaywalking, and they automatically debit your account for doing shit. If you want to be like China, then go ahead and support CBDCs and all this bullshit. But I'm telling you, they're just priming us for that. They're going to be like, see, we told you this is safe because it's government backed. And if you still believe that the government's one hundo with everybody in their position and think they're looking out for your best interests at all times, nope. Wait till they start automatically funneling money from your account to Ukraine. I'm just saying that shit probably not going to happen. Probably will. I don't know. I just don't want the government in my shit.
Didn't they? I read somewhere too that like you actually like your currency over there is going to expire after a certain amount of time. Is that not true?
Bro, our currency is about to expire if we keep inflating the shit out of our dollar. You better start buying yuan because if China becomes a power and starts getting all our food, and then we got the petro yuan, which they're considering taking over the U.S. Dude, I mean, like whatever. Listen, I said it before, and I'll say it again, right? I don't care what side you're on, left, right, middle, whatever. Just please don't fucking vote for Biden again this year, please, for the love of everything. I don't fucking Bernie Sanders, shit, but not fucking Biden, please. Now, there goes more unfollows for me. Sorry, y'all.
Who
That's the
cares?
real Ramen
That guy
Cash
bought
bringing you
out.
the news.
He's owned. Sanders is owned already. So
I'm just saying, like, remember that old saying they had, vote blue no matter who? Like, I don't care if we're fighting, just don't fucking vote for Biden. How about that line? Let's try that one this year.
Well, I mean, what I'll say, man, uh, is that if you study the forefathers that created, and I know this has nothing really to do with Chronos or NFTs, but I will say if you have anything to add to the conversation, number one, just comment, man, or come up. If you can't come up, just comment in the bottom right, and I would love to hear from you. Okay. Also, make sure to retweet that because the more people we can get in here, the more opinions we can get in here, and we can have a better conversation. So please make sure to not only retweet the top tweet, when we get 200 people in here, but also retweet the space, number two. Now, number three, if you study the forefathers who freed and basically made this country what it is, one of the things they always had said was kind of just, not to just go with whatever the government is. You know what I mean? To always have the understanding that you can't put full control, and it's almost like I don't want to be like I hate to be conspiracies and all that kind of shit, but look at how so many people became dependent more and more on the government since COVID, especially. You know what I mean? So, really, man, knowledge is power, and history tends to repeat itself. You know what I mean? So if we could figure out here, the difference is just of how the fuck can we not go into the same pattern we did before? You were talking about China, man. That stuff is actually insane. With facial recognition, like Ramen was saying, if you just cross the street, they put your face on blast everywhere. But Texas, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, sorry, I was replying to a whenpeppermint.crow on the marketplace. That pinned tweet shows the last 24 hours of volume on the Kronos network. Um, it's interesting because it shows that Minted has more volume yet less sales of 836 sales at just under 183,000 crow, where Ibusu Space has 888 sales at 166,000 crow. Now, Moonflow and Tofu NFTs have had sales today, and I guess the other couple NFT Chronos marketplaces haven't had sales, and this data tracker does not reflect the crypto.org aspect of the Kronos chain.
Where does that come from, Texas?
This is from Kronos.nftscan.com.
I want to just ask you a question, Texas, because I watched some video, some kid that was talking about the Constitution and how it's not taught in American schools anymore. Can you can you teach the Constitution, or is it just you got to go by the curriculum that they give you? I'm just curious.
We are given per subject matter objectives and a roadmap of what we're supposed to teach prior to the school being built or the school year being created, in which we are to upload all of our documentation, lesson plans, objective calendar, quizzes, tests into a learning platform similar to Google Classroom, and then it's front facing to both the parents and the students, so everyone can see what exactly what we're teaching. It is a big objective for Florida and Texas this upcoming political season to take more control over what's being taught at schools, even so much so where like books like A Day Where the Crayons stopped working is like we're not teaching that anymore. You know, that the book where like each crayon decided to stop coloring, like woke parents are deciding what we're allowed to teach.
So the answer is you're not teaching the Constitution.
No, it's the Constitution is still it's a benchmark, it's an objective, it's on the college entry exams, like to the extent you might wish it were to be taught, maybe not, and the power of it. But no, of course that's being taught in higher level, you know, sophomore, junior, and senior year classes. But you know, I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Texas, are they still teaching CRT stuff, or is that like an elective thing, or what's going on? Because I saw something, I think Texas A&M saying they're going to stop doing diversity hires and actually hire people on merit. I figured that would have been common sense, as you see our communications KJP every time she speaks, and Peter Ducey rips her a new one because there's no qualification there. But like, listen, I'm for everybody. Like I said, I want equal opportunity, right, for everybody. I mean, is this like a thing? Like, I don't want people telling other people that they're being oppressed. I want people to, I'm like victors, not victims type mentality, right? I I'm just really upset with the public school system. I think what's currently going on right now is going to be a thing where I'm bullish on homeschooling, Khan Academy type stuff, private schools and things like that. It's just ridiculous. And I see like the current rate at where the US ranks, like you look at places like Chicago and stuff like that, or it's just absolute fucking trash. And it's like, well, where are we going to get our next geniuses if we're focused strictly on just social issues, which I'm cool for when you're in college, but like, we don't need teachers to get affirmation from their students on whatever sexual orientation they are. Like, I just think this shit's kind of gone out of control. Sorry if I offended anybody. Just kidding, Conor McGregor. I'm sorry about fucking nothing when I talk about this shit. If children are going to be the empowerment, right, and they're going to be the ones that are coming up and growing, we just listen, get rid of all politics, all religion, teach them about finance, teach them about econ, stop, indoctrinating them into corporate drone ship and this institutionalized fucking bullshit. Teach them some trade so they can get money and not have a DTI of 85% with these ridiculous fucking college loans that they're going out there. I mean, dude, plumbers, HVAC, roofers, construction, any of that stuff. Give them a trade where they can make great money right out of the bat, and then go decide if they want to go take fucking lesbian dance theory or pottery and stuff like that after they've already made their money. I just like I'm sorry, folks. I woke up and chose violence today. I know it's a Sunday, but I've just been reading this thing, and it's just like, we are spiraling out of control. Like, I don't know. I'll shut up now, man. My bad. I'm usually peaceful,
No, I
y'all.
feel you, bro. I think I read something the other day, and it kind of hit hard in that we as a society, and I'm not really a religious guy anyway, but a lot of folks seem to have replaced their religion with their politics, and they're now so deep in left and right, and both sides are fucked. They're both trying to fuck you, and you see it with the people here in Web3, right? We can learn a lot from some of our third world brothers and sisters that have popped up to tell us their experiences and how their government treats them, and we're just rolling over.
Yeah, like when did communism become cool? Like all those people that are bitching about how cool it is, like I don't see none of y'all packing your bags and moving to communist countries. You think China's dope? Go spend a week over there and tell us how it is, jaywalking and getting your bank, credited. Like, it's just wild. Like, wait when people want to stop coming to America, that's when we have a problem. They're like, fuck it, we're just gonna stay where we're at because that shit's fucking wild, right? I mean, you see, people are making fun of us. I just saw the thing today about, what was it, like memory loss and mental health services, and they've got a picture of Joe Biden on their poster, and it was like confirmed real out there. Like, yo, other countries are starting to clown us, right? I mean, we're still the greatest military power in the world, but there's going to be a point if we keep going this direction where people are like, you know what, Cuba ain't so bad. I think we're just going to chill here and just do the thing. Like, there's just a point, and I'm just waiting for when that's going to happen.
You
know what,
probably went
Ramen?
too big brain on everybody this early with the guns and growing food, man. Let's just start simple, man. Everybody down in the listeners, get down on the ground and do 5 push-ups. Let's start there.
That is a good start. But Ramen, you keep it real, man. And I'm almost like, it's hard because I try to be a positive person. I really try to uplift people and keep the good vibes that everybody talks about in these spaces. But it's hard sometimes, when you read all this crap. But we gotta still focus on speaking the truth, but putting the spin where we keep it positive and educate people on how to get out of the road that we're going down, unfortunately. It's hard I get angry sometimes too, dude. Like, I totally get it. It's crazy what's going on.
It's probably just because I'm getting old and grumpy, like I said earlier. I mean, if you want to start teaching some spaces on some value, have some farming spaces. Show people how to grow some fucking tomatoes, some zucchini, I mean, they basically grow themselves. Have someone who's an avid hunter and be like, here's what to look for when we're going out hunting. Here's how to skin something. Here's how to prevent flies from, fucking up your meat when you're dragging that bitch back on the back of your ATV. Start some real life skills again. Like, listen, I know people clown, but some of the best life lessons I learned were earlier on when I was in the Boy Scouts, right? They taught me how archery, shooting, wilderness survival, right? If we have a blackout, imagine if you can't shop anymore, if you can't go to your favorite fast food place and everybody's like, we're going to die. We don't know how to eat. Well, how about grow some shit? How about cook a meal? How about stop eating all that processed soy constitute that's making your body softer than fucking yogurt stuffed in a nylon stocking? Like, go do some push-ups, like we said. Go get a workout. Do what dragons do. Get some MMA. Don't take your kids to ballerina if they're dudes. Take them to jujitsu and kickboxing and have them build some self-confidence. So we've got some future leaders coming up while still being man enough to be able to appreciate that dudes still do have emotions, right? But I mean, yo, I said I was gonna stop. My bad.
Yo,
I'm about to have
Ramen,
like 90
Ramen
people
started
unfollow
talking
me.
about the soy boys and like, like he's going off today, man. Ramen, you really did choose violence, bro. But I'm not gonna lie,
Bro, you better
bro.
start hitting that bench press, bro. Dragons of the chest, bro. You can't be looking like a pirate's treasure with your sunken ass chest. Go start benching 245 and hitting them push-ups.
Hey, yo, bro. I I didn't send you the video of the push-ups yet, but I got you today, bro. I got you for sure.
Soybeans got you, bro. I understand. You just creating excuses, right? Be a man. Send the video. Show me. I got 50 push-ups for you today. Let's do it.
I got 51 for you then.
Is this what we're doing? Is this what I got 420 push-ups for you? Then I don't even smoke anymore. Not consecutively. I'll just do that in batches.
Hey, how you doing?
And the room goes silent.
All right, have a moment.
Yeah, for sure, brother. What's going on?
All right, this is the first time I've spoke on a space, so give me a moment. No one's heard my voice yet, so I'm still new. But I agree with every point that you guys have. You have to realize that in this world today, that this is the first time it's been hard for a lot of fucking people. Like, the first time. So people don't know what to do. People are panicking. Work ethic is a hard thing to teach. Some of you may know I am a commercial fisherman in Alaska. It's pretty fucking hard out here. I hunt and live off the ocean, off the land. So do my kids. My kids work with me. They are 8 and 6. And they go out and do man's work out on the fucking boat slinging cod pots around. Long lining, halibut, salmon, you name it. These kids are so far removed from their peers that even at their age, they have nothing in common with them. They have more in common with adults than they do with kids their own age. But yet they can handle a gun, they can handle a knife, they can shoot, they can kill things, they can hunt and provide for themselves. There's nothing at this point that I need to teach them anymore because they were born with a work ethic that was instilled for me from a lifetime of going out to the darkest place on the fucking planet and throwing crab pots out for a living. Okay? I'm saying that I'm one extreme and there are other extremes. But what we can do as a collective with everybody in this space is use all of our personal utilities that we have built over this lifetime to educate and communicate.
Bro, somebody give this man Father of the Year award. Like, we just need more of that. I appreciate what you say, and I know we all come from different places. And by the way, I've only been to Alaska once, and the best king salmon fishing I ever did was on the Kenai River, and
Oh,
the best
motherfucker.
halibut fishing I did was out in Homer.
Oh, fuck yeah. I got family all over the state, man. I'm bringing all you motherfuckers here, by the way, at some point. We got some shit going.
Bro, that's the last true American. I went out there and I was like, I don't see homeless people. And the guy's like, that's because they'll die in the winter. Like, you got to provide for yourself out here. Except for Anchorage. I thought that place was shit. But everything else,
That's
the Nilchuk,
hey, we're at the
Homer, all that shit was great.
yeah, same wavelength. I mean, Anchorage is just like any other city, right? I mean, it's no different than Detroit. Actually, it reminds me a lot of Detroit, to be honest. But yeah, no, pulling together as a community. Like, people have no idea, even right now, what the internet is. I've got a pretty stacked up history. Like, it's pretty insane when I think about a lot of the shit. But like, I've been in this space since, oh fuck, me and my buddies found out about the infinite gold loop on Diablo 2. So that'll tell you how old I am. Maybe it's
Bro,
too
my
old.
dad used to tell me about the infinite gold loop on Diablo and stuff like
Are you
that,
fucking
bro.
shitting me? Oh yeah, bro. Oh
Nah,
yeah,
bro,
dude. Me
I'm
and
only
my buddy.
20 years old, bro. My dad used to be heavy into Diablo.
Oh
He played the
motherfucker, you
original
have
one,
no
bro.
idea. I'm also a fucking legend on Halo. Don't get me
Oh,
started.
snap. Yo, that's crazy.
I'm old
I used
school,
to.
motherfuckers. I used to beta test for Bungie. I
No
used to.
way.
Oh yeah, I beta tested all the Gears of War. Beta tested from Halo Reach and on.
Oh,
Let's see.
dude.
What else did I beta test for? Let's see. Far Cry 3. Let's see what else. Anyway, big Xbox guy. We used to hack the PlayStation back in the day. And I'm fucking not even joking, dude. We made the Jewel. Me and was also the same crew that hacked Xbox and got banned from it for life. Because of
Yo.
we took the files out and put the plasma gun homing on the sniper rifle.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
I came up, yeah, I was the one that came up with the fucking shotgun and shield glitch on Gears of War by accident because I fucking lost and I pushed every fucking button on the controller and then it got stuck. And then that was it.
Yo, I already know what you're about. Listen, I remember Wolfenstein 3D, and I
Oh,
used to have
motherfucker.
Quake 1 LAN parties at my house where people would roll their desktops and connect together like 50 hubs until I got a network switch when my stepdad used to work at 3Com. That's how old I am.
Oh, motherfuckers. We used to run Ethernet cords across the road and then we'd put up 2x4s so they wouldn't get fucking ruined.
But I was telling people about 1 megabyte Monster 3D cards and when we first saw coax cable internet at home.
Dude, you wanna go even further than that? How about EverQuest and dial up? Fucking watch that green light.
Bro, I had a 9600 baud modem before 14.4 became trendy.
Damn, dude, we're old as shit. No, all good, but yeah, no, so there's I mean, I have a lot of thoughts. I have not done this before. I'm definitely not afraid of speaking in public. Like, I, you know, what I have to deal with in the commercial fishing industry, like public speaking is not a fucking problem for me. So obviously, as you can tell, I speak just fine. But back to the kids, and you guys were talking about homeschooling. We plan on doing that next year. We actually just signed up our children because my wife's a teacher, well, ex-teacher. She's now a converted commercial fisherwoman. But that once we get done with my tender contract for the summer, we're going to start traveling again because we're avid travelers, traveled up and down Central and South America. I've been all over the world. I've got connections everywhere. So what we're going to do is that we're going to take and teach them. I mean, you can't just rip them out of the school systems here because some of it's still good, right? There are some things that can be taught, but I want my kids to be teachers and learners of the world. They speak 3 different languages. My daughter speaks sign language. She speaks her native tongue. I'm not going to expose that yet because, I don't want anybody to know my name or exactly where I live yet. But, English, Spanish, you name it. She's 8 years old. So you want to tell me what the limits are on people? It's the ones that the government puts on us. And there's nothing we can do about it until we start.
I personally want to homeschool my kid, but I'm so nervous to try to do it. I'm like, I'm not. I don't know. It's scary, but I think it's a good idea. And like, I'm in a state where, like, the COVID fucking vaccine, it might become like mandatory. And if that happens to get my kid in school, like, I'm gonna fucking be pissed, dude.
Hey, in Alaska, they don't have that. It's not mandatory here. A lot of us run around. Like, I never got vaccinated. I never wore a mask. You have to understand the type of person that, I'm not just saying commercial fishermen, but let's just say laborers, like blue collar, people that work with their hands, people that work hard. There's different levels of that. I'm not comparing myself to anybody else because I do not like doing that. But if I stand to measure someone, that's different, But the, the personalities that we have, we don't like being told what to do, right? I don't think anybody does, but especially me. Ask me, and I will bend over backwards. But if people start telling me, I'm going to stand right in your face and I'm going to look you eye to eye, not violently, but I'm going to look and see what's in there. And most people don't have what it takes to work hard. And it's not, I'm not saying physically, but it's the mindset, right? We're talking about getting down and doing some fucking push-ups. Guess what? I've been a captain for a long time, so I'm not that I'm lazy. I worked exceptionally hard my entire life, but I had a horrible eating habit because of it. But I would fast in long periods because I get so hyper focused on working. Sometimes I wouldn't eat for 3 days, but yet staying up for 72 hours. Okay. But I just lost fucking 85 pounds in 3 months doing yoga, meditation, and smoking as much fucking pot as I possibly can a day. Right? The one thing that they keep telling us that is absolutely horrible for us, they can go fucking fuck themselves. I use me as an example. I mean, you don't see me, you don't know who I am, but I don't lie. I'm as truthful as I can, and if I don't have enough information to argue a point, I just say it out loud, and I don't, or I just don't engage, right? But if I am outspoken, then you need to know that how strongly I feel about this. Like, I've been wanting to get on these spaces for a long time, but it's hard because I did not know enough to be able to argue certain points. This Web3 shit started back in the day, right? I mean, I laid some examples out. Here's another one. I'm also one of the founding kids that they built Magic the Gathering on. If you do some deep dive research on that, you might be able to find out where I live. You got some smart motherfuckers in this room. Figure that one out. So I think that anybody is capable of anything. I don't give a shit what it is. You want to be a rocket scientist? Well, goddamn it, we're on fucking Elon Musk's platform here. Might be able to make it happen. All we got to do is just pull together and get some fucking shit done. All of us are here working, right? I think I'm done for a rant. Hi.
Well, hopefully we're all working.
Well, actually, I'm trying to get some bagels right now, but it's too.
Yo, Roaring Wookie, not sure if you'd be interested, always looking for stuff, maybe some different content, but how dope would that be to have a Twitter space that's, no projects, no nothing, but how about a space that's called Back to the Basics? Because, teaching everybody else here, I don't know, let's see some emojis if you want to see that, because that would actually be, I would think, of real value. I would
Yes.
be interested. I would listen and have you teach the same kind of concepts that you teach your children. Not to necessarily say that's the, 100%, because I know everybody's different, but I would genuinely be interested in hearing the kind of stuff that you learn to help prepare us if need be, right? And that's I don't see any, I actually don't see any of those spaces. I don't know, maybe there are some that are out there and I'm just disconnected because I'm in, Web3 shill spaces all the time and doing the thing, but is that something that you would be interested in?
Yeah, at some point. So as of right now, my black cod season just opened up yesterday, so I'll be fishing probably for the next couple weeks. But I do have, which I planned on, because like I said, I got, oh man, I swear to God, in this space, it's like your 10-year plan turns into 10 minutes if you find the right person. It's just a snap of a finger. Oh yeah, here, I got this for you, or I can figure that out. Um, but when I'm done, I'm gonna jump in like 100 fucking percent into all this. I think I've already jumped in 100%, but I'll throw in another 100%. How about that?
I commend you,
You,
bro.
you would,
Just do it, because like more and more people need to come up and speak their minds, and more people will be educated in the right areas. So I commend you.
Yeah, no, and like I said, there's no right and wrong for teaching. Like, and that's the thing that people are getting stuck on, right? Is we all learn by touch, smell, fucking smack. That's why children get spanked. I'm not saying beat your fucking children, but my grandfather was a fucking drill sergeant in the Marine Corps in the 40s. Like, he went through Korea, all this shit, right? I got spanked once because that's all it needed, right? I mean, you know, there's a lot that can be taught in certain ways. Every child is different. I have two kids. They come from the same gene pool. One's blonde, one's got brown hair, one's got curly hair, brown eyes, one's got fucking blue eyes, right? But they both look like me and my wife. But what we use is just whatever we got laying around. Get outside. We go out in nature, right? I've lived in my home my entire life. I didn't realize how much of a teacher I am. You know, I've had to survive here. Alaska's not a easy place to fucking live. We got grocery stores, but the bars don't show up. You're fucked. You got to figure something out. But we live in a small community, so we all pull together. So this whole community mindset has been indoctrinated into me. I've never felt right being, like we joke about being in America from Alaska. Like if we go visit our friends down south, like we say America. We don't, as Alaskans, we don't say Americans or America. We, if anything, I feel more Canadian than fucking anything else. But the idea is just to start. Like you said, get down, do some fucking push-ups. I don't know who said that, but whatever. If you can move your feet, you can start a workout plan, even if it's just moving your hands. I've got some friends up here that are so big that, I mean, it's sad. I mean, it really makes me upset when I see someone that it's not that they don't have self-control, it's just they were never taught, because our fucking country live in is, like you said, they're building victims. I see my kids when they come home from school. Man, you fucking make me cry. I can't believe this shit. Because one day my daughter fucking came home because she was fucking upset because of something she read in a book, and then like her light was gone for just a half a second. you know and me as a father, okay, well, I went into fisherman mode, pulled that fucking shit in, buried it for a half a second so I could at least talk to her, and express to her, that don't worry, everything will be okay, daddy's here. As simple as that. And that's all she needed. People don't get that. Like, I hug every fucker I see, every friend I got. I'll fucking, some of my best friends, I'll hold their hand, I don't give a shit. you know Love people. That's all you have to do, and just watch the transformation happen. I have friends here, like I said, that it's the first time it's ever been hard in their entire life, and they get divorces, they leave their kids, they cheat on their wife, they spend all the fucking money. Like, I was an alcoholic for 15 years. It never affected my life out on the water, because I didn't bring alcohol there. But here, I see all my friends drowning themselves. I've been sober now for probably 7 years or so. Like, I don't even know the day. It was just one day, I'm like, I'm done with this. I chose my family. I chose life. I chose everything else. And then once I got outside, colors were different. Greeners were green. The sun was brighter. The white mountaintops, or even, it just everything around me seemed completely different because I had no more brain fog. But it's because I took that first step. And that's what we need to help people here with. My kids can already transfer NFTs. They've already got their own DeFi wallets. They've got Produce. They've got a Lion. They've got shit staking. They have their allowances going in there. They allocate their money. They keep some because we have basketball events to go to with our families, with my nieces and nephews that are playing, and they buy their own shit at the concession stand. They carry their own bags when we go on vacation. There's nothing I have to do for them. I mean, shit, they even drive cars.
I'll tell you, dude, it's really refreshing and welcoming you to this Chronos fam here, because this chain could use one more fucking man of integrity around here with all the goddamn snakes we got.
Oh yeah, no, there's an endless supply of that shit. Let me tell you, there's no steaks in Alaska. It's too cold.
Bro, I love the
Motherfucker.
conversation, man. It really is just about taking that first step forward. I've talked about this to a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of people sometimes will start to overthink, like going to the gym and a lot of stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes what the hardest move could be is just going to the gym for the first time and seeing how it goes, and like, because most people won't even take that first step forward to go to the gym, like, and it's, yeah, man, I like that, bro. I like the conversation, but we got
There, yeah,
oh
uh, it's all good. I'm gonna get off. I do have some shit to do. But like I said, I have not felt more at home than anywhere else than with all of you motherfuckers here. Uh, Even though I've just been flailing out fucking pictures, memes, and shit, but you can get my personality from it. Hopefully, be able to get the kind of tone that I'm trying to set through everything now that you can hear me. But I sold all my XRP, all my quant, everything else. Oh shit, I'll list it all off. Uh, AGIX, everything, dumped it into the NFT market, into a lot of the stuff that we have here. And now that I've established a foot, you know, I don't think even everyone here might have a real understanding of how, like, a position that these spaces are in, the amount of potential that you guys hold. I hope you understand and respect it, because once this starts running around again, it's going to change everybody's life. I mean, everyone on the entire fucking planet. So this is something that we have to respect, right? And we're not changing. I mean, we are changing our futures, but we're molding it for our children's, right? They're the ones that are really going to benefit and utilize all these. We're just building it for them. And that's what's driving me. So to leave with that thought, you guys are the fucking shit. You know who I am now. Just fucking party on. Party time.
On that note, you guys, like seriously, if what you're hearing resonates with you, if you connect with it, like share the room and bring more people in that can also resonate and connect with this, because it's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Like share, 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 and learn, learn, learn.
Yep, 100%. All right, guys, I'm out. I guess I'll jump on these things whenever now. No point in being a little scaredy cat anymore. So anyway, have a good Sunday, and I'll post some pics of the COD that'll be running tomorrow. And then I'll each one of them will be an NFT. How about that?
let's go.
Hey, show some show some videos and pictures of the silvers running, the bubbling over. That was a crazy sight to see in Alaska when they're talking about, if you're a native you can throw out net, but I mean I've never seen any salmon run like that when they're literally just bubbling over down the rivers. That was
Oh
wild.
yeah, no, hey, I tell you what, like I've built a reputation in this industry that I can get a job anywhere I want. I fish down in Cali, Washington, Oregon coast, all the way up the Dutch, out to False Pass, Sandpoint, all these fucking places. You want to talk about some hardworking motherfuckers? What I'm trying to do is get them into this space. We're a bunch of doers, right? I may not be as smart as some of you guys in here, but I got a strong back and I might be able to outwork you. That's not a bad thing. I'm a heavy lifter. We can push some
Thank you
shit.
for that clarification of what the strong back was for. I was going to ask that question next.
Oh, yeah, it's all good. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll talk to you after a bit. I'm out.
21, thanks, man. Thanks for hosting the space. I was hosting around a little bit longer than I was anticipating, to be completely honest. I didn't know how long it was going to run. I appreciate you still holding the space. And seems Alpha still didn't show up, man. It looks like another Sunday morning breakfast for me. This motherfucker, he just doesn't know how to show up. But Texas, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Yeah, pretty good. So since the 24th of February, I've been just like tracking these Kronos projects with 1,000 Kronos floor, and I just posted up the third iteration of this. You know, every Sunday I've been updating this list, and it's kind of interesting. I do look at both of the major Kronos NFT marketplaces with Minted and Ebusus Bay. But you know there is multiple other Kronos marketplaces, such as the Kronos Chimp Club, Tofu NFT, Moonflow, Crow C, and Peppermint.Crow. And I'm looking at all these data points just to have them to see trends, see what the volume's like, and most interesting thing is that the Sea Shrine VIP went up 500 crow, and the DG Pal Limited went up almost 1,200 crow. A lot of stability. I've seen the Meerkats go up. Um, Last week to 1,800, down a little bit this week, but Kronos primates are up, boomers are up, Argonauts are down a little bit, Kronos chimp clubs stable, cruisers, everyone's favorite manipulated project, are trending sideways as well. uh, the Crow Skulls, Evo Skulls, and the blue and the red potions still up high, and we're always looking at which will be the next project to join this list. I think maybe the Crow Dews, the Croots have been looking like they could. You never know who's going to be the next project with 1,000 Kronos floor.
What do you think about that run up on the DG pals that you just mentioned? Because I don't want to show my own bag, but I ended up grabbing some DG pals last night with the help of Ty. Because I like the project and I'm trying to get more involved. But what do you think? What do you think
Yeah,
that run up is?
there's different collections, so you got to be aware of which
No, I
ones you're
know.
buying.
That's why I had Ty help me, man. I was like, yo, Ty, we need to get voice chat. We need to have this conversation. He helped me set up my first, well, like not my first team because I started playing with I actually got donated a bunch of them that allowed me to start playing with like the
Yeah, I
unlimited
have the
edition.
unlimited,
Yeah,
and yeah, I have the unlimited, and I have a nice team. But you're not playing if you're not using the limited ones.
yeah. I'm working on what am I trying to get right now? It's yeah, the limited special one, the one that gets you like the top tier daily rewards one. That's the one that I'm trying to get. I think it's like 7,000 crow floor right now. Is that the one you got up here too?
I have just the basic floor on that one as 5,700, but I'm sure the one that you're looking at is probably even better than the basic floor.
Yeah, I think I was looking at excellent. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. The excellent floor is a little higher. Because that's what I was talking about was like trying to figure out what the if you grab you could grab a great, but the way that we had spoken about it seemed like the best bang for my buck was excellent.
And I mean, I just like that GameFi stuff. People are willing to put 7,000 crow to play a game or to have a part of a game, and it's like that's exciting. How many seasons, and then eventually, when you're done playing with that game, you can always trade it for someone else to play the game.
Yeah, I know speaking personally as far as GameFi goes, whenever other projects joined our play to earn game and we assigned like stats to their project, the NFTs that had really good stats in their project. I mean, Dream QC's up here. His floor like 4x like for the ones that have really good stats. So it's adds an interesting new uh I guess area of secondary market sales. Like some people might floor some really bad ones, but if there's some like really good stats, some people might list it for like 1,000 crow, and people will go buy it because it's really good in the game. And even though the floor might be like 300 crow.
Right, and that's kind of the interesting thing. If someone would make like a baseball game and all these NFT projects, you just load your NFT into it. You know, you're faster, but you can't catch, or you hit harder, but you run slow. Like, and each NFT project had weaknesses and strengths, and it made for a dynamic game.
I think a baseball play to earn game would be super cool. I think that's a really good idea.
But so they had, I don't know if you're in the Sega Genesis, the Mutant League Football and Mutant League Hockey. It was like made in 1993. So it might be way
I am
before you, but
totally
I
not
do think.
aware of it. That's way
Right,
before my
but
time.
they did re-release it on Steam, so it would have been available if you had seen it there. It essentially it had 7 classes of monsters to play a football game, and the skeletons were weak but fast, and the ogres were strong but slow. But if you were to incorporate every NFT project with weaknesses and strengths, and they're all playing a similar game, be it football, basketball, or whatnot, that would be an interesting thing.
Yeah, dude, I mean that's kind of what our card game is doing. Like each I mean it's to a different extent though because the stats are assigned to the NFTs specifically. Like it's not necessarily like groups of NFTs, but there are some with like higher defense, lower speed and stuff like that. But I will say I can compare that to something that I used to play, Super Strikers on the Nintendo GameCube. Probably one of the best games ever made. Me and 21 Million even talked about this. Super Strikers on the GameCube, you had like Mario and of course, all these different guys, and they all had their own stats. Like Mario was like base stats all around like middle of the board. Then you had Bowser, like his attack was like, or his shooting power was like super high, but his speed was like super low. Probably one of the best games ever. It was not gonna lie, like it was awesome. But yeah, man, if we integrate the things like that into play to earn, like that really does add new like additional revenue sources for the secondary market.
Right, the Super Striker game example is exactly what I was trying to get at with the Mutant League Football. Maybe you could have each NFT have its own advantages and disadvantages, but as a collection, you give it a global advantage and disadvantage, if you know what I mean. Like,
Ooh.
so, like, all Chronos Chimp Club will have +1 agility and -1 strength in your game, or all Crow Skulls will have +1 um, attack and -1 defense. Like you do that across. You have two sets of numbers. You have the collection advantage and disadvantage, and then you have the individual NFT advantages and disadvantage.
Oh, dude, Texas, that is an amazing idea that I'm actually going to go tell my developer about so we can integrate that because I mean, we've been looking for ways to set the other collections in our game apart even more, even though there are like different separations between them, but this way will definitely add even more of a uniqueness factor. So, bro, that was an amazing idea and I really appreciate that.
I mean, that's just like how they do it in Dungeons and Dragons. You have all these different classes, and then they have a +1 to this and a -1 to that. And then if you do that within your game, it'll you know it'll make the game much more interesting, because it'll be like the new meta is like you have a bunch of Chronos chimps to rush them, or the new meta is to have a bunch of big guys or whatnot.
100, bro. So, is Alpha just not gonna show up? I thought he was gonna like co-host this. I don't know what's
This is
going on
so
here.
funny. This is so funny. Yeah. So, uh, I don't think he has the same time as us or something. Maybe he got caught up with daylight savings. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't
Well,
know.
the thing is, this started at 12:30, right? So, I mean, even with daylight savings, it would be like 12:30 right now. I don't know. I'm not trying to like roast him or anything. I'm just trying to like figure this out. Like,
No, you can roast him. It's okay.
okay,
Yeah, you can roast him.
okay.
It's okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Alpha, you better show up to your effing spaces. We got the Sunday service. We're in church today. He's the uncle that just doesn't show up to church. I mean, we had this all planned. The whole family. Hey, we're going to
No,
church
no, no, no,
today.
no. Here, Drew. I'll tell you what he is. You ready? Okay,
Okay.
this is what he is. He's the uncle who invites everybody to the cookout and then sits in the house while we all sit outside. That's what he is. Because he's the one, bro. He hit up me and 21. He was like, "Yo, we should do this." Me and 21 are like, "All right, bet." We all started. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you. These two are probably the worst two people I've ever DM'd in my life. Like, I can't get an answer back for 6 weeks, bro. Like, I was like, "Hey, are we doing this space?" Crickets. "Hey guys, I think that we could call it Sunday service." Crickets. "Hey guys, what time works best for you?" Crickets. And then all of a sudden, 21's like, "Hey, are we doing this space on Sunday?" Like, dude, what are you? Who's hosting? What are you guys talking about, dude? Like, nobody gives me definitives. We're just kind of like, yeah, we're here. So maybe Alpha got confused. Maybe Alpha got confused. Maybe he was like,
Don't you
oh,
love
it's
new
not.
projects?
It's just tough, man. It's tough. So I'll let 21 speak on his own behalf because he can defend himself. He looks like a big boy. We'll let him speak on his half.
For sure. Well, first of all, I used to be really good at it, man. I used to be like answer DMs really fast, and then I got to a certain point where I just got a bunch of DMs, and that shit just became like a little bit too much. You know what I mean? And like, dude, I'll wake up and be like so many DMs I didn't want to like. I don't even know. Not that I don't want to go through it, but I'm like, all right, whatever, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But at the same time, I do apologize, man. I feel like a lot of times I'll get back to people, and I'll see like someone tweet something. I'm like, oh shit, they DM'd me like 2 weeks ago. It literally happened like all the time. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at it, but I gotta do what I gotta do sometimes. You know what I mean? So Mr. Haller, you're definitely right, bro. And listen, man, this is a space that I prefer. You know what I mean? I used to love when I would just have pop-up spaces because sometimes, well, what's it called? I think they say black cats are good luck or bad luck. I don't really know, but there's one drinking water right next to me. So they say if a black cat walks in front of you, it's bad luck. But I think in Japan, if a white cat walks behind you, it's bad luck. So what point is just a bunch of bullshit that we're making up in our own minds? You know what I mean? So hopefully everybody's enjoying the Sunday space. Hopefully you guys will retweet, man, because not only the space, we got 80 people. So we can easily get to 200. I want to give someone 2 Boomer Squad NFTs. What I would like for you guys to do is retweet the giveaway space, retweet the space, tag some people, and let's keep this shit moving. You know what I mean? This bad words. I appreciate everybody up here, man, because we got a lot of people up here. We have a great conversation. And what's it called? We keep, again, some things moving, man. So, shout out to my main man, Ramen Cash. Chino, New America, talk to you, bro.
Yo, how's everyone doing? Happy Sunday, Crofam Sunday service. Shout out 21 Huddle for holding the space, the lobby. See Texas up here, Rum and Cash, my man Mark Tech, GDR, what's good, fam? Dream Dragons of the West, Lizards of the East, Green Sticks, Vester. Shout out to the Crow fam, bro. Regardless of the situation, the team is in the place, and exciting times, man. Exciting times. I did want to jump up and let you guys know that we are set to release the beta version of Kill for Crow March the 25th. That's a Saturday. It's gonna go live. I'm excited. It will be player versus environment version, so you won't have to run around look for someone to play against. You can jump in, go play at any time if you have a tier 1 enforcer. We are going to do some crazy giveaways next Saturday. Going forward, we recently converted some of our 3D files to AR, so we're definitely playing with augmented reality. Going to get all of the characters in there. Get you guys some files. You can take those enforcers anywhere in the world you want to go. Right, so pretty cool on that end, man. Just definitely want to jump in, touch bases with the Crofam. We've been working on this, and definitely appreciate you guys' support. Kill for Crow on the way, man. Let's do it.
Let's go. Hey, New America, bro. Congrats for all the work that you've been putting in. I know it's been a long time coming for the Kill for Crow, bro, but I'm super excited to use my New America NFTs in the game and start killing for some crows. So let's go, baby.
No doubt. Thanks, Dragon. Really appreciate it. I did just share some footage up top. It's the we added the sound effects grenade launcher. We updated the map. And there's a few more things that I haven't shown. But yeah, man, the game kicks ass. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it.
Let's go. Hey, GDRT. Oh, wait, hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Hartle. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no, that's all I was gonna do. I was gonna say thank you for that, New America, and then I was gonna move on. I think GDRT had his end up before Texas.
I just wanted to say, like, if everybody's following, you guys haven't been earning rewards on Android for the bug. Like, I just looked at the store and it updated today. So go update your app if you got an Android device. And I pinned it to the top up there, but go check it out, guys.
Texas Huddle, I think you have some breaking news that you
Yeah,
just pinned up to the
just
top.
breaking news from Alpha 47 minutes ago, letting us know how DeFi works.
No, he's not letting us know how DeFi works. He's letting us know how box staking contract works.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but still, it's like, I don't know why he's not here.
Yeah, where you at, Alpha? Talking about welcome to DeFi. We're talking about DeFi Sunday service in this space. I mean, what's going on, brother? Where you at? He's ghosting us, man.
Well, he can't make it on time to his own spaces, so making it here might be a big deal for him.
You already know we're gonna have the jungle at 5:20 again today. Everyone's gonna be. Oh no, it's not even today. It's Sunday. He's not even having any jungle today. We're gonna have to, roast him tomorrow. Be like, yo, what's going on with the Sunday service, brother?
I wonder if I'll tag him if he'll get in here.
In the bottom
Highly
right.
doubtful.
Yeah,
I mean, we could do it.
Bro, I tagged him in the what's it called, the jungle. I think 20 people tagged him in that space, and he didn't even see. I'll tag him down there. I'll see what's going on.
Yeah, I tagged him too. I highly doubt he comes because he's gonna be like, I was doing that. But no, I honestly just like messing with people. Like I don't know what his predicament is today. I don't know. Maybe he got caught, doing something he shouldn't be doing. I don't know. Things happen in life. But wherever you are, Alpha, we hope you're okay. We hope everything's all right, and we're praying for you. Uh, I hope he hears that, and I hope he thinks it was a good one. So yeah. If anybody wants to talk DeFi, we could definitely talk DeFi. We could talk about how if you don't know where the yield is coming from, you are the yield. I say the same thing when I don't know where the white papers are. I go, hey, where's the white papers? They go, we don't have white papers. And I go, well, I don't think I can invest then, my friend. But I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Do people need white papers? Do they need roadmaps? What do you need to invest in a project? That'd be a good conversation, eh?
Yes, we need light papers, we need white papers, we need a plan of action. If this is a business that you are starting up as an NFT project, imagine you just started a business and you had no plan of action, no course of marketing or anything that you wanted to take. You just start this business, buy like a brick and mortar store, and don't do anything. Like you just like, hey, you know what? We might do, you know, something, but we don't know what we're gonna do. You know, find out, you know, in a month, whenever if we rug the project or we don't. You know, it's like no, like we we need a course of action, a light paper, a white paper telling us, okay, what is the project about? What have you already developed? And what do you plan to develop in the future? Because if you don't have plans for, you know, at least a few months down the line, granted, I'd like to see at least a few years down the line, but if it's like something that I'm just trying to get in quick flip, I need at least a few months down the line. Okay, like what is the plan? What are you doing? I know you might not want to release everything just yet, but like I need something that is telling me, okay, this project is going to be around for at least, you know, a year plus, so that way I can feel safe about investing into this project, like because I'm putting my money into this. Like I'm putting my money into this NFT project. I deserve information about what I'm putting my money into. And if like bro, if I go to the store and I buy something, I'm not gonna, you know, buy something that is just a bag and it has no label on it. It doesn't tell me what's inside the bag. Like, for example, a bag of potato chips. I know what I'm getting there. If I buy a bag of potato chips, I'm buying that, right? But if there's just this bag with no label, it's, you know, sealed bag, and you pick it up, you can kind of guess what's inside this bag, but you don't know for sure. I mean, maybe these potato chips could be sweet potato chips and you don't like sweet potatoes. So like why the F did I even buy this bag of sweet potato chips? Oh, it's because there was no label on it and I don't know what I was getting. You know, I could shake it around and see, hey, you know, this feels like potato chips, but it wasn't. And that's with the issue with no white papers, no light papers, no course of action. You don't know exactly what you're getting. You can guess and you could say, hey, maybe I'll get this, but it shouldn't be left for guesswork to the people buying it. Like, I don't know. I fully disagree with that, but maybe New America can shine some light on this as well.
Yeah, what do you
Uh,
think, New America?
yeah, you're absolutely right, Dragons. And I wanted to chime in on that because we had a roadmap and we released the white paper, but we recently took the white paper down and we're reconstructing our roadmap. So I strongly think that being transparent with the community and the investors, getting to know the founder and knowing the person that's behind the project uh, works more because things happen in the market. Things you have to pivot. You have to change things. You have to do things accordingly to what's happening. Just for an example, when we launched the enforcers, we didn't have the moguls a part of our roadmap. The enforcers slowed down. I mean, if we'd have stuck to the roadmap, I mean, the enforcers would have probably still been minting, right? So, we go back, we reconstruct, we talk to the community, we come up with an idea. Me being an artist, my guy an artist, we came with the Mogul Project, which was a free mint. If you had an enforcer, or if you mint an enforcer, you got one. And it led to a lot of people that didn't know anything about our project that, liked the art for the moguls, and it brought them into our community, and they had no idea that we was creating a game for entire another collection. So now the moguls are going into our roadmap, and we're getting ready to write our new white paper of how everything's going to work. So yeah, I think community and being transparent, works wonders with everything, man.
Oh, 100, bro. And I love that perspective because we've had to change our light paper probably like 50 times by now. Maybe not that many times, but a bunch of times. But putting that information out there at first, letting people know, hey, this is the game plan. And if you have to switch it around, I mean, you have to switch it around, but being transparent with the community and updating that light paper or white paper is very vital. And I will say the reason ours is a light paper is because the difference between light paper and white paper is white paper is set in stone. Everything that is set in there is set in stone. It's not going to change. And if you have to make a new white paper, then it's kind of like, okay, now it's like a new white paper. But if it's a light paper, ours is a light paper, meaning we can just change anything in that light paper at any time because everything isn't set in stone. Like our project's going to be continuously developing. I mean, shit, we're at I don't know if I'm supposed to say we're at 5 projects in our game, so far that originally, we didn't anticipate getting 5 projects in our game this quickly, but now we have 5 projects inside of our game, and we have to continuously change the light paper and add, like, okay, this project's in our game, this project's in our staking and our game, and plans change, things change, but as long as you can be transparent with that about your community, whether it's on Twitter Space, Discord, Twitter tweets in general, that's probably the most important thing for sure.
I agree. I'd like to get a couple more people's inputs on it, and if you're not gonna raise your hand and talk about it, we're either gonna kick you off the fucking stage or I'm gonna call on you randomly. So it's your choice. Uh, and I don't see any hands being raised, so we're gonna call on Ramen Cash first. Ramen Cash, what's your view? White paper, light paper? What do you think?
White paper, purple paper, brown paper. Listen, we don't discriminate. Just let people know what the hell is going on. I mean, it's pretty simple, right?
Do you
I mean,
need
what?
the paper to invest though? You personally, like, do you think you need um, a drawn out understanding as to what the plan of action is for the company in order to invest in it?
I mean, wouldn't you do that with stocks and any other company? I mean, I think we all lived through 2022. But at this point, I mean, yo, check it out. It doesn't matter what you have. You can have all that shit and you can get SBF'd, right? That's the reality of it. This is kind of scary. You just don't know these days. But yeah, I would like to have confidence. Like, you know, don't you like to follow people who have a plan, or you just want to wing it? And I understand that sometimes amendments and changes and things need to be made, right? I mean, that happens all the time and even in business, but I would feel more confident knowing that somebody has a game plan. Like, I was never in the military, but if you had a CEO and there was no plan, just like, hey, just go out and battle and just start shooting shit, and duck and cover every once in a while instead of following somebody who actually had a game plan and a plan, I think that leads with a little bit more confidence. And that's just me personally. Have I invested in projects with no white paper? Yeah, of course. I did degen shit. I invested in Binance before all that shit popped off, trying to make a quick dollar. But in the end, I, just me personally, I think that having a game plan is nice.
How about you, good driver?
Yeah, I'll jump in there. It's always good to provide, well, I don't care what you want to call it. You can call it a white paper. It's just good to provide a game plan, a structured plan of what your outlook is and what your objective and goals are and what you're going to commit to as far as providing to your community and following through with what your project is going to do, until you get to your final goal. So, I mean, if you're going to lay that out in a white paper or a light paper, whatever you want to call it, yeah, it's totally good. I think that as we move forward in this space and Web3 continues to grow, we're not going to be so afraid of doing KYC and KYB. I think that's going to be a really good thing to push forward for as well. I know a lot of people, don't want to be in this space and let themselves be known of who they are. But at the end of the day, like the average day Joe is going to want to know who they're interacting with and who is behind something that's being ran. And it brings accountability, to the forefront and following through. And if you're going to have a project where you're going to, put things out there and offer the world and whatnot, I hope that the person behind that is going to be willing to put their name and face out there so people know who they're dealing with. So I think that's really what it comes down to. a lot of this is based off of trust right now because we're in the Web3 space and it's decentralized, and it's a lot of trust. So if you could build that trust in any way, shape, or form, then you should do it. Not necessarily a white paper is going to be the thing that brings in the 100% trust, because at the end of the day, somebody can always walk away. So that's why I just go back to the KYC, KYB. And some people don't agree with it, but I personally think it's going to be something that really pushes forward legitimate, good projects in the long run.
Definitely, man. We'll go crypto casually, and then I'll talk on the subject. So crypto casually, talk to me, man.
Yeah, what's Gucci, bro? Yeah, I just the thing about having a white paper too is like you gotta have measurable improvement. You gotta have something that can be measurable to see that there's progress. And like the people aren't mind readers, you dig? So like you gotta have something that the common person can look at your project from a third part, from a different perspective, not so involved perspective, and see that there's measurable progress with your project. Like, and that is easy to do with, as said, white paper or light paper. But really, at the end of the day, it's just about communication of some sort. Like, motherfuckers just need communication, whether it's you not following through or not. They just need told that that's what's happening. It's pretty simple.
Unless you're rugging, don't leave me a message on Twitter saying that you're rugging.
Yo,
I
if I
can't
make a
stand
project
that.
though, right, and every time I'm in spaces, you fucking love what I'm doing, you're either cracking up or you're loving the vibes, and I'm the entire time saying, look, this is gonna be a money grab. I'm gonna rug this bitch. And you might still buy the project just because I told you that that's exactly what I'm gonna do, and you're here for the vibes, right? Right.
I'd buy a rug. I've bought a
X.
rug.
I got a bunch of them.
Yep. Yep. I still got a bunch of rugs. So, hopefully,
I'm like
well, not
Aladdin in this.
hopefully. Well, see, the crazy part is like if you list them when you notice that there's like sales, you could still get out. Like I've gotten out of a couple rugs. Like I'm
Nah, I
like,
keep
oh,
all my
it's not
shit set to
like,
zero.
oh no, yeah, see, I can't do that. Like if I'm a part of the community,
Yeah, I'm a horrible
like
fucker.
I've said it a million times, like if God forbid, if Meerkat's ever rugged, I'm fudding my own bags before I ever sell anything. Like my Meerkats will be held, and I'll definitely ride them down to zero because I've been here talking about them. I've told people to buy them, and I'll fud my own bag before I get out of my own bag. But I definitely think like if something rugs and I'm not a part of it, no, dude, I'm flooring it. I'm getting as far away from it as I can. I never promoted it. I had no part of it. I don't want to be around it. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, I'm out.
Well, one question I'll ask you guys is, as someone who's not doxxed, does it matter if you're not doxxed but have a clear plan? Like, let's take a Boomer Squad for example. They're obviously all doxxed, but if Carl wasn't doxxed who he was and what he does, like, would you still believe in the Boomer Squad the same way? And would you feel the same way? Let's say, as someone who's not doxxed myself, I think I've, done a good job of kind of keeping my word, being obviously trustworthy in the space. Does it matter to be doxxed as an owner? Because SBF was not only doxxed, but he literally was, on a very high level. But he obviously rugged like the entire program. So for me, I think it's, if someone has bad intentions, then they have bad intentions. I think it might be scary if you don't know somebody, especially in a space like this. But I just kind of want to put that out there, see how you guys feel about it. Do you guys really care? I mean, this is a conversation, again, that maybe we've had a lot of times, doesn't really go anywhere. But it's still good for people that might be in the space that are new. Like, doesn't really matter to be docs. Like, for me, if Boomer Squad presented their project to me, exactly the way it kind of is and it was, would I really care if Carl or Dawson wasn't docs? Probably not. You know what I mean? Because I would believe in the project. Now, I don't know. Like, do you feel that you can, Boomer Squad is an LLC? Do you feel if it wasn't an LLC, would it be something where they can get away with, or they took again, just examples, obviously. I'm not saying that they would do this, but, I just kind of wanted to see what people think. But Christopher and Honey Bear, talk to you, man.
What's up, guys? Hey, I'm digging the conversation about like the white paper stuff and seeing where we should get involved. What are the signals for staying away and shit? Besides white paper, I think it comes down to like getting to know the founders and seeing the transparency from them, the community members. Fuck, I got a guy that was, I think it was the Royal Black Card Club or some shit over on Ethereum, and the fucking founder straight up won't even dox himself until he says, "Oh, I want our floor price to get to like 5 Ethereum, and then I'll dox myself. I'm like, red flag. Like, what the hell? Never heard anything like that. So I stayed the fuck away from that. Um, I've been invited into a couple projects to like help boost their community and bring people into the community and build utility for them. And there's several that I've had to walk away from because they just have too many red flags. I mean, you had to get into the conversations with these people if they're willing to get on the call. They might share where they're from, what they're doing. They might have a white paper, they might not, but I think it gets down to just feeling people out, and then feeling the people that have been maybe in the community already for a while. See what they have to say. Like, is everybody just fucking blinded, or is there like a legitimacy here? And get some feedback from people. That's kind of how I go about it. Snooping around. If there's too many red flags, I just stay away. I mean, I go where I can make money. I'm not looking for PFPs. I'm not looking for, just like little shitty play to earn game or something. I'm looking for longevity. I'm looking for money so I can live passively. So if that doesn't line up, I'm out. Thanks for letting me up on the stage, guys.
Appreciate you popping up, man, and join the conversation. Feel free to hang around, man. You know what I mean? I always appreciate anybody that can add some insight. And if you have again, just a topic, whatever it might be, always best when we have a lot of speakers and we can kind of float the conversation. So again, retweet the space, retweet the top tweet, and links. Talk to us. How you doing today?
Doing good. No, I love this topic, and I think it's one that's really important because even just on Kronos, we've seen both sides of this, right? We've seen projects where the founders were not doxxed and did really well. And we've seen projects like LHRC that came in where everybody was doxxed and it started to struggle towards the end. And one of the reasons that we called it out on as a community was because it wasn't following its white paper. And I think that's something to keep in mind about white papers. But more importantly than anything, I think it's important for everyone to understand that projects do best right after they've minted out. That first 24 to 48 hours after they mint out, when the floor price is crazy, that's your time to go make your bags and then to be able to ride in the project risk-free after that. So if you really truly want to stay in a project, that's how you stay in that project. But don't invest in these projects thinking that they're going to be long-term payouts for you, because you have to think about the price action on the token that you're spending in order to buy into the project. And most of us went through that this last year, where we bought projects that gave us great staking rewards and did all sorts of things for us in order to pay back the community. But at the end of the day, the price action on the token with the bear market hitting was so bad, we still ended up losing a lot of money. So we paid a lot of money to lose a lot of money. And I think the lesson learned there is take your gains today where you can reasonably, and then build in your communities risk-free to your wallets where you can, where it's reasonable to do that. So I don't think that's a bad thing. Like we talk about taking profit like it's a hurtful thing to your project, but it's not. Take your profits, build your community. Do both.
And with that note, I just have to say it because I say it all the time, and no matter how much people want to talk shit on Mad Meerkats, um, that was the first project I was ever a part of where the founders would literally go into the Discord and tell people, "Hey guys, don't forget to take profits." And that was one of the things that kept me there, to be honest, was the reminder, like, "Hey guys, floor is actually rising really fast." Even the founders would be like, "We didn't anticipate it to be like this at the moment. Like, just don't be all euphoric, and don't forget to take profits, guys." But that's a strong one. Like when people are reminding you, you are supposed to take profits.
Yeah, I think Canvas and Sequence were both caught off guard by um, how popular their project became overnight. Like they were a boom, and then they had their bust too. And that's just how it works in this space. So I don't want people to think that leaders are failing because there's a floor price bust. It's just the natural cycle of things. And floor prices do not hold forever. So for sure, take your profits. And I don't know. I normally just sell everything I pull on Mint and then buy back in with the one that I want. And that's worked out really well for me in terms of strategy.
For sure. And I'm someone who's actually never sold one of my NFTs, man. And the reason for it, like I said, is that I looked at BAYC when I was first learning about NFTs. They had been in the game for a while, so when they reached 100,000, they didn't make it in one cycle. They made it in like two cycles. You know what I mean? So for me, I was like, all right, maybe if one of the things, like let's say a meerkat or a boomer or a skull or really just kind of think of the top of my head right here, um, something that could make it to that thing that's really expensive. I mean, think about it. I think they're what a treehouse of meerkats almost 20K crow at one point. I think they're like 16, 17,000. So my whole goal is that by 2024, 2025, we're hitting that bull run. That maybe there's gonna be a huge difference in what our things are worth. Now again, is it a stupid mistake for sure? Because I could have made a lot of money, and been in a different position now than having just JPEGs, right? But at the same time, that's kind of how I felt. I was like, I'm gonna take a chance, and there was somebody, who had, excuse me, this guy like revving his engine right next to me, man. But anyway, um, yeah, I gotta let him go real quick, man. My guy wants to show me he's on a bike. But Drewski, you take it away, Drewski, man.
I love the conversation, 21, but I want to ask you, where are you at right now, bro? I feel like every single space as of recently that you've been hosting, it's like, I mean, you told me there was like a black cat drinking water in front of you earlier. Like, what? Like, where are you, bro? like,
Bro, I never disclose my location, but I'm always on the move, man. Understand that. That's one thing. For the most part, man, I like to kind of just chill with people around me, my loved ones, and just be on the move, bro. Because before you know it, we're not gonna have any air to breathe. And I don't mean like a conspiracy theory, but I mean like literally our bodies are just gonna, our life will end. And whether you're spiritual, religion, whatever it is, man. For me, I like to kind of see new things. So um, where I'm at right now, I couldn't tell you because we're on a ball floating through space. And my exact location in space, I personally have no clue, man. I'm just trying to enjoy the ride for the rest of us. Because one day I'll be Ramen Cash's age. One day, hopefully, I can make it to Cole's age. If you guys don't know, man, Cole's probably one of the coolest guys in here. And again, man, to be, 80, 85, to be in NFT space is pretty hype. Okay, I can't. I just want to make it a quick crack because my guy Cole is the man, and he's not up here as a speaker, so I can't be diss him too much. But in all seriousness, man, I'm always on the move, man. Kyle, I'm glad I see you. I hope you laughed a little bit. Don't just make my day by showing a laugh if you're not laughing, man. We got what's it called? But yeah, Drewski, always on the move, man. And dude, one thing I like in all seriousness, new music and new views. It doesn't have to be expensive, man. But if you do the same thing every day, it tends to have those same thoughts. And if you want to kind of expand your mind and have new thoughts, listen to something new. See new things, and before you know it, you'll just kind of be opening your mind. It doesn't have to be for crazy things. Just something even for yourself, man. Enjoy yourself because before you know it, we won't have it. You know what I'm saying, man? So use it before you lose it. New America, talk to me, bro.
Yo, 21. Man, I love the space, love the conversations, man. I gotta jump down, but I did wanted to say something. Definitely shout out to Links. Always good to hear your voice, Links. Christopher, I know I was hearing what you were saying. You're definitely looking for a project to invest in, and you're definitely not into a little shitty game, play to earn or whatever. And I totally get it. But I can't let that ride. My buddy and I, we've been building this game since last year in June of what we're delivering. And the idea of the game now, player versus environment of the game, it's we don't have a play to earn idea for that just yet, other than weekend giveaways and for high scores or whatnot. But the player versus player part of the game, which is Kill for Crow, you will be earning crow. You will be killing for crow. You will be killing for crow. You have an option to buy in at 50 crow, 100 crow, 200 crow, 500 crow, up to 1,000 crow. And you'll have a lobby. So your opponent will have 20 seconds to accept that offer, accept that challenge. And once they buy in with their crow, you will enter the game as a Call of Duty game style shoot. And the winner takes all. Like, so if you're winning, someone's going to win, someone's going to lose, and we're going to post those stats and keep up with those stats. So this is definitely a different play to earn style game of what we're delivering. You can earn up to however much crow someone wants to play. I mean, we've got people in the Discord that says we're going to play 1,000 crow. That's all I want to play for. So, I mean, if you're winning 1,000 crow, 1,000 crow, 1,000 crow, I mean, you're earning way more than you're making in a staking pool, right? Or someone's losing way more as well. I mean, it's just like the casino, no one complains, but you go in the casino, they rugging people every day, and people are back tomorrow to get rugged. So, what we're delivering on the player versus player part of this game, I think is going to be interesting. I think once people see, look, someone just won $500 today, someone's won $200 today, someone's won $300 today. Okay, what the fuck is going on? Let's see what this kill for crow shit is about. So yeah, man. Also, we have our utility token, which will definitely, get you more games that you'll be able to play with as well. But earning that utility token, we'll have a crow shop. You'll be able to go into the crow shop and swap that MGM token out for crow as well. So yeah, man, we're not thinking small. We're trying to change the game. Will it work and have a big, impact? I hope so. That's the goal. That's the plan. But I think once people start earning their crow, in a Call of Duty style type game, I think it'll get interesting, man.
Yeah, dude. Hey, you know what? I wasn't trying to poke everybody's play to earn game, to be honest. Something like that actually would be right up my alley, like something that's more in your control of your skill sets, taking the bag home. Like not just like a random generator that you push a button like Rumble Royal, where it's just like luck of the draw and you can possibly win. Which we all love Rumble, right? But yeah, playing a game like that where you're actually kind of like betting. I heard another NFT project on a different blockchain that's something like that, but earning crows straight up like that, I'd definitely be interested. I'm an old school Halo and Modern Warfare guy, so I don't really play games much anymore because I'm technically doing this type of stuff. But eventually I'll find that time and get down with y'all, and I got a lot of gaming buddies that I'll push your guys' way for the sake of Crofam, right? So.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, we're releasing the player versus environment version first to get people in playing, learning the controls. I mean, we don't want you running in there losing all of your crow and you don't know what to do. So yeah, man, we're probably going to give it a couple weeks of player versus environment, and we'll release the player versus player part of it, and yeah, start posting those stats. 21 million just shot Mr. Hartle, 521 crow. Let's go.
Hey man, hey New America, send me your Discord if you don't mind on a DM.
Absolutely, fam.
Definitely. We'll go to Drewski, man. There was something I was gonna say, but we'll go Drewski first because I don't remember. So Drewski, go on.
Alpha is in the space, and I just kept sending him these shocked emojis, like I'd tap on his profile and send him the shocked emoji because I was shocked that he joined the space. But anyhow, he's doing it down there. Anyhow, I have to agree that I think play to earn has to be like skill based. Like with our card strategy game, play to earn game, like you have to do the moves, and like your moves and your stats are assigned to your dragons or your NFTs or whatever NFT is in our game, because we have 5 different NFT projects in our game now. But if it's just like that auto scroller type deal, like, and that's play to earn, like that's just luck of the draw. And I like, you might as well just have a coin flip play to earn game. It's like a coin flip but with flashier stuff going on, and I don't really like that. But yeah, man, I will say though, Rumble is definitely really fun, but it's not made to be like play to earn. So yeah, I like this conversation and where it's going. But we got Alpha up here, about an hour and 50 minutes late. What's going on,
Daylight
brother?
savings time, man. It gets you every time.
No.
Apologize.
Hold on, Alpha. Hold on. We did some detective work, and you tweeted at 12:59 p.m.
Yeah.
Welcome to DeFi 101.
Man, you can't get
What is
anything
going
by
on?
you guys, can you? I tweeted, but I couldn't jump into space. My son is in a school play. As soon as I could get in here, I got in here. I know you guys
No, it's
got it
all
locked
good,
down.
bro. I'm giving you a hard time, Alpha.
I
You already know.
appreciate you, bro. Oh, did I rug out? Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Good to see you. Lots of love. Wow, tough crowd. Okay. What did I miss?
So back to Hollow's comment earlier about things not being very organized with these two. I'm starting to see how that DM conversation went. I'm starting to understand.
Listen, Mr. Huddle was it's actually, if you go back to the conversation, there's like 5 messages from Mr. Huddle before me and Alpha like even messaged anything. And it is funny because literally I was like, "Are we doing this?" And it was like, what, like Sunday morning or like Saturday night? And I was like, "We doing this tomorrow?" Mr. Huddle's like, "Bro, we haven't spoken once about this thing." So, listen, man, it gets crazy. One thing I'll ask. First of all, I would love if anyone knows what NFT Call has. I forgot to ask him. But if you have an NFT PFP, please comment it or tag the project in the comment section because I would love to see what we have, what we're rocking with. I know we got some people from different chains, but obviously always Chronos. But I'd love to see what you guys got. So do rep that, please. We've been bouncing around, man. You know, we've been doing 70, 80 people. So again, retweet that top. If we have 75 retweets, we should be able to at least double the space, which means 40 people are missing because there's only 31 retweets, which means that 35 people are missing. That's like 34 people are missing. So we're gonna put that out there. If you want to come up, if you have a topic that you can't speak and you would like to come up and speak, just put it on the section, all right? Like I said, rep your project, do what you got to do. Alpha, hopefully you're enjoying your Sunday, my good man. We talked about a whole lot of things, bro, a whole lot of things. Is there anything, man, that you want to bring up, whether it's the market?
I don't know if you
Whether
guys
it's...
have been watching the charts. Yeah, buddy. Ever since you guys started this space, ETH is at like 1520. Uh, we are off like a rocket ship. All of a sudden, fam. All of a sudden.
Heck yeah, man. And USDC's back at 96 cents. I mean, that was a good long opportunity. 93-cent USDC could have got in, back up to 96 cents.
I'm
Maybe
kicking
you'll go back to a
myself.
dollar.
I was asleep Friday night. I woke up Saturday morning. I was like, no, I just missed the opportunity of a lifetime. Like buying $1 for 93 cents. Yeah. But we'll see how this next week goes. This next week is going to be a little bit bumpy. Do y'all want me to talk about some things that are coming up?
Oh, I'd love to.
All
I'd love
right.
for you to, rather.
Okay, so one, we've got everything coming on with the bank that's going to open up on Monday, although I hear that we're not actually going to get a resolution on Monday about the bank run. So that may spill over into Tuesday. The reason that Silicon Valley Bank is such a big deal is because it is the backer of so many startups in the tech industry, not just the crypto space. So there are a lot of tech moguls who are watching that very closely. I've got some meetings and calls set up later this week in the tech industry to figure out what the bigger impact is because it's much bigger than just crypto. And then we have Silvergate that's shutting down, which affects primarily the Binance.us platform. They're a settlement processor. They're not actually holding anybody's funds. People thought Silvergate was holding the funds, and they're not actually closing. What they're doing is they're closing their settlement processing. So they're an onboard and an off ramp for getting fiat into and out of crypto. They're not the only ones, but they're the largest one that process for Coinbase and for Binance.us. But it still looks like it's a little bit of that political play that's going on with attacking BUSD through Paxos, right? So Paxos is the issuer of the BUSD, which is the Binance token. And I think everybody knows the whole Jungle Up story and the whole drama between Binance and FTX, and then FTX tanking, and that involving several politicians. So there is some concern that this is political and not so motivated about regulatory. So we'll see how that all plays out. And then in terms of the big legal cases that we've got going on this week, is the big one. We'll have some sort of understanding about what's going on with Dapper Labs and NBA Top Shot. They're going back to court this week. And should their attorney actually not get a favorable response from the judge about NBA Top Shot not being a security, then that does leave the door open for that class action lawsuit that was filed against Flow Networks and some of the others for the refunds on the mint prices on NFTs to proceed forward for a hearing. It doesn't mean that anything is finalized by any means. We still have a long ways to go, but it would be a bad blow in the space, in my opinion. What we're hoping to hear back is that the general counsel for Dapper has it well in hand. And honestly, I think he does. He's a pretty smart individual, and that he's going to get that case thrown out. And so once he gets that case dismissed and that they decide that NBA Top Shot is not a security, it means that we're going to be able to continue in our DGen markets the way that we have, that not all NFTs need to be registered as a security to be sold in the United States. However, that is not necessarily legal or financial advice. Always talk to your advisor who's well informed, and there are very few of them. So don't get ripped off by people who think they know. But some NFTs are a security, some NFTs are not a security, and you really just need to have good advisorship on that. And that's kind of where we are in the regulatory space right now. So we're going to have a good volatile price action market over the next 2 weeks with this media cycle. And in my mind, that's fantastic for good DGen plays. Just remember, don't overextend yourself. Make sure you've got your bags ready to go and that you're in a good position no matter which direction the market heads.
Yeah, I'd pretty much say what Lynx has just said.
Yeah, ditto. Great job, Lynx. Thank you very much for providing all that information and keeping us in the loop because, I mean, you went over some very important topics. And as we all know, with the Silicon Valley Bank, I mean that's partially why USDC is at 96 cents right now rather than a dollar because I'm not sure exact. I had a post that I was reading up on.
7.4%.
Yeah, that's
7.4% of their assets were held in
oh
Silicon Valley
man.
Bank, so just under 8%. So you're seeing reports that are rounding it up to 8% because it was more than 7, and then you're seeing some that are giving more specific. But it was about approximately 25% of their cash holdings. The majority of their assets are invested in U.S. Treasuries, which means that they do not need to be regulated by the SEC. It's a similar thing that went on with BUSD, and the underlying rumor that we're hearing about BUSD is that they might have accidentally invested in commercial entities instead of keeping it in US Treasuries, which would have converted them to a money market fund where they would have needed to be registered. We still need to see the outcome from the SEC investigation, so that's just rumor and conjecture about what happened with Paxos and BUSD. But yeah, with Circle and with USDC, it really is not as large of a chunk as people are speculating that it was. And we're hearing that there's probably going to be about 50% of that available this next week back into USDC. So even if that's correct, then their full exposure amount is just a little over 4%, which would drop that price action down to 96 cents. And I think that's very recoverable. I think it's very, very easy that USDC could repeg if all of that is true. And assuming that the fear in the market settles down and we don't just have a full-on bank run because of people panicking. And there's no way to know whether or not that'll happen. If there's a full-on bank run, there's absolutely nothing that'll stop it from collapsing, just as the way it is.
Weren't we speculating a couple months ago that the U.S. government wanted to take over Circle and USDC to turn it into a CBDC?
Pretty much that's the way that's going to happen. It's just a matter of time of when it happens.
Feels like, yeah, everything's
The
lining up here.
Republican Party won't allow for the centralized banking token. That's what we're hearing from the politicians, is that the Republican Party is going to vote that down. But I don't know if that's true.
I mean,
we'll have to see it come
the
to
UK
fruition.
are going this way. It's already been, it's already the wheels are in motion for a centralized digital currency. Europe or the European Union are pretty much, just signing the papers as well. So it is happening globally. But is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Fuck knows. Can we stop it? Fuck knows.
Yeah. I mean, the interesting thing to me over this weekend was that Chris comes out and says Crypto.com has zero exposure to Silvergate or Silicon Valley Bank, which is exactly what he said after FTX, exactly what he said after Three Arrows Capital. I mean, according to Chris's tweets, we've dodged every single one of these bullets, and yet the price action says the opposite. And why are we locking down USDC withdrawals and deposits if there's no, if there's no exposure?
I think it's for the security to try to peg again.
All right, that makes sense.
I wouldn't think it has to do with the pegging. I think it would just be not wanting to hold a potentially volatile asset on your platform. But I think that's something that Chris's team
I
would
mean,
maybe
if you look
answer.
at CDC's holding, they pretty much dumped the majority of their USDC. I don't know if what they converted it to, whether it be Tether, I'm not sure. But they're edging the bets. They're far better in the system and in the loop than we are. So yeah.
I hope
Well,
they
and
didn't hedge it with Tether because Tether's 3 cents over peg right now. And when it decides to go back to peg, from all the people understanding that USDC wasn't actually in the worst position, it's just in a bad position at the moment. And USDC regains its peg and USDT remains back to $1 equivalent, you're actually going to lose money. So I hope people are being mindful of where their money's going from here.
And ultimately, what people need to realize is USDC, USDT, they're still just crypto tokens. They're not financial instruments in what normal Muggle people would call financial instruments.
But muggles should definitely understand, Cole, and we should break it down for them if they don't, that there's a big difference between USDC and Tether and UST and Terra Luna, because that was an algorithmic stablecoin, and these are reserve-backed stablecoins.
Well, the other difference is I can still send you USDT and USDC.
Oh, I couldn't bridge it. I couldn't bridge it today from Kronos to Polygon. That was a bummer.
And that's the crazy part too that I did want to talk on because I was thinking about it today and I was like, oh, I'm not going to do it, but I wanted to switch over some ETH to USDC and then transfer it over to Kronos, but I didn't know exactly how it was going to work out, so I haven't transferred anything yet. Which actually seems to be a really good play in itself because the ETH price has actually gone up since then.
Hey, can I ask a quick question?
No. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I like, so I have $100 of worth of USDC, but unfortunately it's darn ETH, and I don't even know what the heck to do with it. Like, if I can even do it, like, I don't think the DeFi wallet's even letting me do anything with it.
The DeFi wallet will let you do one thing I know for sure, and that is you can mint Thundercats right now on islandthunder.io.
This
$11.99 USDC.
What is happening here?
It's like a 6% discount,
Can
baby.
someone?
This is a show space now? Is that what we're doing?
What?
Cole,
What's
put your
Thunder
nephew in
Token?
check.
Ask.
Can someone
He
just wire
asked.
me
I just told you,
$100 and I'll just
you
forget
can't
about
even
it?
bridge it. Gotta fucking spend it somewhere. Jesus.
No, but seriously,
Alpha.
okay, so you want the DGen move? Go flip his Thundercat, whatever, and pull your profits, and then transfer it out in something other than USDC. There's your DGen move. But watch your gas fees,
yeah, well, that's what I
because
mean.
gas fees are
Yeah,
going
you need
crazy right
like
now.
$8-10 just to bridge this stupid crap. I'm so annoyed. Because, like, if CDCs had their shit in order, they would put, when you buy USDC, it should be Crow USDC first, then ETH. So when I purchased it, I didn't realize I was purchasing ETH USDC, and I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do with this now? You know. But hey, you live and learn, right?
I wouldn't buy
Well,
Crow USD.
hopefully. You said you live and you learn, but so tell me what you learned then.
Well, I learned that because I'm a Crow guy, I should have purchased Crow USDC because the fees are so much cheaper to go back and forth between the exchange and the DeFi wallet. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so $18 got you an education, dude. You should be super happy. Some people pay thousands of dollars for what you just achieved, and you achieved it for $18, dude.
Yeah.
Realistically, you should be rejoicing.
I'm surprised. Where is the builder? I'm surprised the builder's not here. He normally likes
Hold
to
on,
dip his
wait.
elbows.
There's a builder. We have Elder Carl right there. Okay, there is definitely a builder in this space.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
shit,
not
he
Brett the builder
requested.
though.
Fuck.
And he's coming up. Hallelujah.
Hey, I got.
He's talking about the builder, though.
Can I say one more thing? I'll let you guys enjoy
Is
the rest of your day.
that Bob? I'm sorry.
We know who
Wait,
he's
what?
talking about. Go ahead,
All right,
buddy.
the last
Sorry.
thing I want to say is, do you think? I mean, do you think Crow.com as a company, Crypto.com as a company, do you think we're bringing on too many DeFi projects? You know, like
No,
Tonic, Fulcrum,
no,
Veno. I mean, do you think we're going a little nutty on
no.
all these? It was more projects good for us. I mean, obviously.
You
It's
can't say more projects are good or more projects are bad. I would just take a look at Pancake Swap and see how they've done it. It depends on who's taking liquidity where realistically, but go ahead, Links.
I was just gonna say it's DeFi. It's not an issue of them controlling what is and isn't being built,
Right.
right? Like it's an open chain, and that's probably very prudent and intelligent on their part to leave it an open chain. So technically anybody can build here.
Mm.
And Ken Tismet does a great job with his Medium article dropping all the information that you need in order to build on the chain without any further assistance from anybody else already here. And that's the whole point of DeFi and blockchain is remove barriers of entry and exit to the marketplace,
Right.
which is one of the regulatory issues that we have in non-DeFi
You know, I
spaces.
honestly, I just love the fact that we can make, you know, nice money just compounding and staking. I mean, no bank is going to give you a 500% APY on your money. It's just unheard of. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I love the Veno gardening. You know, the garden and all that stuff. That's cool. You know, the pool thing they got going on with VVS and Pharaoh. You know.
Yeah, just be careful with the really high APYs. They don't last long,
Yeah.
and sometimes there can be consequences to your initial investment.
Hmm.
You can lose your initial drop
Right.
if you don't watch the pool
Yeah.
carefully.
Yeah. They do look good.
She's just kidding. Set it and forget it. This is DeFi. Everything is fine. The world isn't on fire. You're gonna make
The
1,000
world's
APR
totally on
for.
fire. I'm gonna make shit tons of money. I don't need a man. I still ride in Lambos on weekends. It's all good. Like, seriously, check out my feed. This is all true.
I can concur. Yeah, Lynx does. She's got 3 Lambos.
No, 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 no. I don't have any Lambos. Those are the good doctor's Lambos.
All right, guys, have a good day. You got a jet.
Hey, you have a good day as well,
This
dude.
dude, we're
It was nice
talking about
talking to you.
Lambos. Homeboy's talking about he's got a jet. That's
Right?
fire.
Eric's
Oh,
got a
Um,
shit.
jet. He's just
You
flexing
got a
on everybody.
right. He
regular
just
fighter
Shit.
jet,
fucking.
and just solar powered.
Solar powered jet.
Hey man, we're not judging you.
Nice. All
Yeah.
right, keep it real, Crow family. Take care. See ya.
Hey, we got Carl up here. I'd like to propose a question to Carl that I proposed to some other people. Do white papers matter to you, Carl?
I thought you were going to ask me what I drive. The answer is the Kia
No,
Forte.
I pictured you as a Civic guy. If I'm going to be completely honest, I was thinking either a 94 to 96 Civic or
Mhm.
a 98 to 2000 Altima. That's what I was. That was my money,
No,
to
I
be
got
honest.
a solid 2-for-1 deal at the Kia dealership when we bought a minivan. So I got a minivan and a Forte for pretty cheap. That's what I'm rocking these days.
What year though?
They're probably like 5 years old at this point. My wife actually
Okay.
wants a new car because she's sick of the minivan. I'm trying to put that off as much as possible because, cars are not the best thing to buy right now. So, anyway, do white papers matter? I think it matters on the project. Do they matter for an art project or like a meme project or something that's like more speculative, fun, degen-y? No. Do they matter if you're trying to claim that you're going to guarantee something to somebody? Probably. Also, how much money you're asking from people is probably another factor I would consider if there's a white paper or not. So I think it's I'm going to take the cheap, easy route, which is it depends.
This motherfucking fucking builder comes up here, gives us fucking run around
I just
answers.
wanted to
What
say,
the fuck?
listen, yeah. So I came up here to Engagement Farm for like 5 minutes because I have to go. My dad's birthday today, so but I do like seeing all my favorite people in here. So how you guys doing? Everything okay?
Oh, Carl, you know you're the only one on Kronos that I totally simp for, like completely. You know I have like the biggest crush ever on you and your project and everything that you're doing over there. I love boomers. There we go. I'm gonna mute my mic now.
Thanks, Elise. Thanks. I like your.
Yeah, so far.
Keep doing your shorts. I like the shorts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is it TikTok or YouTube or is it just Twitter?
We're dropping it on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're also on LinkedIn, Facebook, and I'm starting to work in on Reddit.
What about Kick? You guys working in on Kick links?
No, I have too many ex-boyfriends on Kick. I stay off of that one.
So like everyone who's streaming there, because there's not a lot of people streaming on Kick.
I have the same problem.
All your ex-boyfriends huddle are on Kick.
Yeah, they're just weird people. Weird people in this world, you know. They like to they fucking
Yeah, but you've not
ninja
blocked me yet.
warriors.
I'm surprised you've not blocked me.
Cole, you're not supposed to tell people in a fucking space. This is recorded. That's not the way this conversation is supposed to go. Carl, we're doing okay so far. Alpha was fucking 3 hours late. He forgot that daylight savings means that you spring forward, not backwards. I don't know where he went. He's in a different place now. I showed up an hour late because I had to run a space, and we have poor communication between Alpha 21 and myself, mainly Alpha and 21. Me, myself, I take no part in that. I send out messages very fast. Fucking Twitter fingers shooting, kid. So yeah, that's how my day's going so far. My wife's a little mad. She's like, "Hey, what are you getting off space?" And she wants me to build. You ever heard of a hall tree? Me neither. Kind of sucks. Don't really want to build one. So kind of making it seem like I'm doing something else throughout the day, and talking shit in Twitter Spaces.
What is this guy doing? Raising his hand? 21. What do you got?
Man, I gotta just say, I'll make sure. Of course, I find it easy sometimes when I put my hand up because I'm usually, making a sandwich. Then when I hear, like you said, 21, I'm like, all right, that's my turn. So as always, I remember Alvin in the beginning, like, dude, why you hosting? You're the host of the space. Why you have your hand up? But shout out to my guy Elder Carl, man. We're talking about the Boomer Squad project before, and Carl, maybe it's a question I know you don't even care about, but do you think there'll be a difference in the Boomer Squad if you guys weren't doxxed at all? Like if you and the team weren't doxxed, and you guys still put the same amount of information out, had the same white paper, all this stuff, like would it be the same thing for you, or you think that you'll be perceived the same way? Like, would you feel the same way as a leader? Maybe, yeah, man. Talk to us.
I think it mattered at the time when we came onto the scene. Like that was one thing that I was pretty adamant about to the team, saying that we're all going to dox, we're all going to get doxed and put our faces out there, etc. And a couple of them were like, I'm not sure I want to do that. But I think nowadays, probably not as much of a big deal, just because there's been so many doxed people that have screwed over many people that I don't think it really matters as much anymore. I mean, how many people, like realistically, how many people are chasing down, let's just say, a CDC project that might have screwed over a bunch of people and getting with their lawyers to sue them? I mean, the sad reality is I hardly doubt anybody's actually going down.
Or just find them and break their goddamn kneecaps. Like nobody's doing that either.
Or that, sure, yeah. So like I think it was started with good intentions back when we did it, and I think the projects that were docs at the time had good intentions for it. But I think it's just like the word Crofam probably has turned into like a weaponized thing at some point, where people now can use it to like fool people into some false sense of security. But yeah.
I was thinking about an NFT project that offered services, like private investigator services, to go hunt down founders that have rug people. That'd be a pretty good utility.
I thought about it. Well, first of all, Carl, I kind of agree with you. I had a project where, let's say, you mint 10,000. It's very expensive, and when you press mint, the crow goes in my wallet, and then we just pretend that you have something with utility in your wallet as well. And I figured that wouldn't be too bad, man. You know what I mean? You can help me out financially, and you guys can do whatever you want after that. You know? No, I'm just kidding, but I
I
appreciate
love
all
that.
the
That was
hundreds,
good.
though. I really do. That's pretty fresh. But what's it called? No, man. I think that with this space, and one thing I remember Carl saying like a long time ago, was like one of the biggest things, man, about NFTs is the transfer of money that we don't really realize. And I think for me also was like, you know, I don't know, man. Sometimes a DAO can be the most destructive thing in a system or in a project, but I think when you have people like whether it be a token or NFT, like um, it can also bring in people to together on a different level. You know what I mean? So I think that right now, like I said this before too, man. When it comes to just
Did he rug or did I rug?
I think
You
you
rug.
rug.
He totally rugged.
No,
Oh man,
Holy
it's getting good too.
sheesh.
it's
Rug,
probably he's moved his phone to another hand because his sandwich was probably taking up the other too much space in his right hand.
the
Hey,
McDonald's
what kind of
manager
sandwich?
just came out. McDonald's manager just came out. Hey, buddy, we're gonna need you to move along now.
So what kind of sandwich are we
Get
making
off
today?
my
Is it
Wi-Fi.
PB and J, ham and
You're
cheese?
not supposed to make your own sandwich at McDonald's, 21.
Rock and
That's
roll
why they're kicking you out.
McDonald's.
You're supposed to at least order a fry from there, 21. That's how you get to keep using the free Wi-Fi.
It's like
There's your
rummaging
alpha.
in the
There's your alpha for the
it's
day.
rummaging in the bins for a code for a Big Mac.
All right,
Just
take it
grab a
easy on
receipt
my
out of
good
the
man
trash
over
can.
there. He'll be right back after these messages from Cromorphs. What's cracking, Morpheus?
Yo, yeah, what's cracking? I am barely alive after a hectic. Was it Friday or Saturday? I can't even remember. It must have been Friday. But yeah, all good. Learning a lot in this space, and I kind of already have my answer, but just for you guys
Oh,
to
because I
like,
was gonna say, what are you learning? Yeah, what are you picking up around here?
yeah, about white papers and light papers, obviously. The way Elder Carl also cracked it down. I think I fall into a I know which category I fall into, and I don't have a white paper, so I got work to do. But for sure, I think many of you can agree I should have one.
I think
Guardian got
I think the other thing too with this topic is as much as you can sit there and write shit out, nobody reads anything. So it's kind of sucks to do all that work and then nobody reads
I
much.
don't know that that's true because I read every single
Okay,
word, and
sorry.
on top of
Yeah,
it, I
links and the
screenshot that
fucking
shit.
FBI and the IRS. That's who's reading
Most
your white paper.
most people don't. How about that?
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
saying.
have to agree with him because, dude, DG Pals, other than Mad Meerkats, DG Pals is probably like the most intricate like ecosystem because you have all these different I'm gonna call them Pokemon because I'm not gonna call them DG Pals. You have all these different Pokemon that you have to like figure out who's best, who goes where, what goes where. And I'm talking to some people who are like in there who are playing the game, and I'm like, hey, like what does this do? Where does this land? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, so you never read the white papers? They're like, dude, you see how long that
Oh my
thing is? Like,
god.
dude, it's like literally like 13 pages, and it's like, so you never read the
Yeah, they
white
won't
papers?
read.
13
I will
pages
send an
is just way
announcement.
too much, I guess. Like, we never read a
I
book in
will
our
send an
life.
announcement. I will send an announcement in Discord. Like I could send an announcement right now that said, "Hey, I need you to go to this channel, type